you know, the Gleaner lead story on Sundays or even any day in the week never disappoints. Last week Sunday, the Gleaner leads with done and its front page. A done turned pollster and its front page declaring seats, how much PNP will win. This week, there was so much things going on in the news, the whole of last week, towards pertaining to the PNP, where there were many boxes of bleaching cream found at Steve McGregor's PNP office in Kingston. The Gleaner mute and that. There was a threat from the PNP, Mark Golding, Dayton Campbell, Peter Bunting about giving the government 72 hours ultimatum to not appoint Dennis Chung. That was up on the Gleaner front page. There was this threat on Dennis Meadows' life yesterday where they have to beef up security around him. Nothing from the Gleaner. There was this JLP, I think it's scrutiny officer, that has been kidnapped. Nothing from the Gleaner. Nothing from the Gleaner pretend that is good happening in Jamaica. The Gleaner front page is all about promoting the risers, Mark Golding. When you have a leading newspaper like the Gleaner can lead with a done on its front page, you can see and imagine how low they are going. But you know, this week, they even go lower. Because there was no mention of Dennis Chung's life threat. There is no mention of this JLP scrutiny officer kidnapped and missing. Nothing of the sort from the Gleaner. I have it before me scrolling through. Nothing. Then tell me now if this paper, this Joseph Matalon, PNP activist man, newspaper, worth even wiping your shoes bottom. The Gleaner newspaper led by the RGR group is hell-bent on whatever it takes to get a hand-fit British man in Jamaica House as Prime Minister for their own benefits, because as far as me see, they are working. There is something there. The Gleaner company is in bankrupt, so they need a bailout. They need a FinSac or to a bailout. So they're banking on Golding, British born Mark Golding. They're banking on Mark Golding to hijack the sitting government in whatever way it can by either threatening people, giving 72 hours, kidnapping scrutiny officers from the JLP, burning down the country, go on foreign soil and talk the worst things about Lady Jamaica, threatening to get wicked pandemic in Jamaica, threatening street protests if they can't have their own way. And it is so cool with the Gleaner. They sit there and they listen and they laugh. And none of those are not newsworthy for them. But if they hear a pin drop and it says JLP, the Gleaner and there's so-called civil society group. They are out. Can you imagine now, civil society group come out? Look for a man like Trevor Monroe, where he's the most hated cult in Grenada because of the plot, they plot, and the Grenadian Prime Minister. Trevor Monroe now, where if you draw up the CIA report, Trevor Monroe, Lambert, Brown, the whole of them, the man they, I feed them name in the chaos we go on in the 70s. Where they tear and mash up Jamaica and kill off people and all kind of them the people they get up and talk about. Attack about integrity. Eh? Them the type of people that them get up and talk about integrity.